of Jesus Christ from the dead, so that we might have life and have it more abundantly. And we pray tonight for every person under the sound of my voice, as well, God, as those that may not hear me tonight, but we know that they stand in the need of prayer. They're members of this church who are hospitalized, who are at home sick, they're going through bereavement, may not be watching tonight, but we pray for them. And not just Mount Zion, but people throughout this community, they are standing in the need of prayer for one thing or another. And so, God, we pray for them. We even pray for our enemies and for those that persecute us and despitefully use us. We know, God, that your grace is sufficient for all of us. And so we just lift people up in prayer tonight. We lift this Bible study up, that you will use it, God, to be a blessing to your people so that we can have the kind of life that you've called us to. Forgive us for our sins. Forgive those who have sinned and trespassed against us. In Jesus' name, amen. All righty, I'm excited tonight, always excited to be able to share the word and to hear the word. And tonight, we're going to hear the word in a different way. In January, we started out Bible study and spent the whole month talking about faith. Amen. And then we spent another month talking about family. And then we spent the month of March talking about finances. And so for the month of April, we're going to be looking at fitness. Fitness. If you remember, we were talking about finances and we were talking about wealth. Well, here's what I want you to know. The greatest source of wealth is your health. All of the other kind of wealth that you can accumulate matters, but your health matters most, because here it is. Here's the bottom line. If you are not healthy, you can't enjoy anything that your money, your wealth can accumulate. You can have enough money to vacation anywhere in the world, but if your health does not allow you to take that vacation or to take it and enjoy it, it means nothing. You can be a multi-billionaire, but your health can cause you to lay flat of your back and not enjoy one dime of it. And so we got to make sure that we invest in our health. And as we talked about finances, there are some people who will have $1 million, $1 billion, some 1,000, some 100. And so we're at different levels. Well, when it comes to fitness, we all have an equal opportunity to get our bodies in shape. And we start where we are, and we just grow, if you will, into that fit space. And so tonight, we're going to start this conversation. It looks on the surface like it's physical health. We're going to talk about physical fitness. But really, when you get physically fit, it helps your mental health as well. Your whole being changes when you are physically fit or just engage in physical activity. And so I've asked one of our members, who is I call her a fitness guru. She talks the talk, but she walks it. She understands fitness, but if you know anything about her, if you follow her on social media, she is deep into fitness. And she's doing stuff that makes me shake my head. How did Lakeisha do that right there? And but she's going to come to us tonight in her own way and talk to us about physical fitness. How do we take care of God's temple, this body? Lakeisha.
All right, good evening. Thank you, Pastor Simmons, for that wonderful introduction. I'm going to read something that I saw out on social media, because that's where we are today, that will get you started thinking about exactly what he just said. Since ain't nobody going to say it, I will. Don't expect people to respect you if you disrespect yourself every day. Choosing to be out of shape speaks volumes about your mental and your emotional well-being. You just don't care. Because if you did, you would fix it. That's kind of what the message says. And basically, what Pastor Simmons led up to is it's our mental, it's our emotional, it's where we have gone these last couple of years with COVID. Now everything that we hear and what's going on in the schools and in the offices and in the buildings, in the church is everyone needs time for their mental space. So we get up every day and we have 24 hours. But we start our day just going, and very rarely do we take time for self-care. Or when we say self-care, we think about getting our nails done, because I got mine done today, and getting our hair done, because I got mine done today. So, but we don't necessarily think about getting into shape and being physically fit, or what we eat, or what we drink, or who we listen to, and what we allow to go into this temple. So I'm going to start off real quick with something called SMART goals. We know what all of those are. We know that they are specific, they're measurable, they are obtainable, they're relevant, and they have to be time-based. So if you take away the business side of that and put your fitness into that, everyone will say, I want to get in shape. I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to lose 50 pounds. I want to change my eating. I want to do all of these things. But if you took those goals and took your health thought process or your nutritional process and put it into that, be specific about what you want to do. When you think about it right now, if you take a second or two, what is it that I want to do for myself, specifically about getting in shape? I want to lose weight. I want to look better in my clothes. I want to go by the mirror and stop and look at myself. I want my husband or my wife to look at me different. I want nice thighs. I want a nice back. Be specific about what it is that you want to do. I just want to lose 1 pound a month. So you have to be specific about it when you start this journey. I want to not eat this, or I want to try and cut back on soda, something along those lines. And then you have to be able to measure that. Measure that by what you do now, and you have to be honest with yourself. You measure that by knowing I don't do anything, so at least if I can do 10 minutes now, I can measure that to something, okay? Make it attainable. We have to be realistic. There are so many things out there now that can get you to that spot. Go and see a doctor, get a shot, go overseas and get you a surgery. There's so many things that you can do, but you have to make it attainable. I know that I want to lose 5 pounds, so I'm going to try and lose 1 pound a month. That's being realistic, because sometimes we set these goals and then we know we can't reach them, and then it's very hard, and then we're defeated. And then we mad with ourselves and mad with our trainer because you didn't pay him or her, but you didn't make it realistic, okay? Then you want to make it relevant. You want to align it with your goals or what the objective is at the end of the day, which is to just be in shape, to feel better than I did yesterday, just one day at a time. And then we want to put a time on it. If it's a month, if it's your anniversary, if it's your birthday, if it's the cruise, the girls' trip, put a time on it. Now, if that's next week, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. If it's 2 weeks, it's not going to happen. So you have to make that make sense, okay? So I'm going to give y'all 5 things to just think about, and then I'm going to ask you about these. If you came to me, and I'm a personal trainer, and you said, I want to lose weight, before you come to me, I need you to be sick and tired and sick and tired and sick and tired of whatever it is, because I can't help you until you're ready to help yourself. And neither can any gym or any friend or any accountability person until you are ready. There is absolutely nothing I can do. I can't yell at you. I can't call you enough. I can't do the exercise for you. I can't demonstrate. So when you get sick and tired and sick and tired and sick and tired of whatever it is, the way your dress fit, the way your suit fit, how you feel when you walk up and down the stairs, how you feel when you get out of bed in the morning, you will eventually do something about it. So try these 5 things. Drink a gallon of water every day for 30 days. Now, without saying anything, I know somebody already said in their head, girl, I can't do that. I can't do that. That's kind of how fitness goes, okay? Someone gives you something, and in your mind, you're saying to yourself, I can't do that. I can't walk, I can't bend, I can't stretch, I can't jog. Okay? Yes, sir. Okay, about 128, I think. 120, 128, yeah. But the whole thing behind that is you don't have to do that to get in shape. But you have to start drinking the water. You at least might get a day in where you was like, ooh, that was hard. But that's how fitness works. We say these things, but we don't actually start. We don't actually do it. You don't need the water to lose weight, but you do need the water to water the temple, to flush out the toxin, to get the dehydration out of you, because most of us, we dehydrated. That's our number one thing. We don't drink enough water. We forget about that, but we know what we want to eat. We know where we want to shop. We know what we want to wear. We know what we want, how our hair look, all of those things, but we don't know that we are not drinking enough water because we just drinking some throughout the day. Now, there are some people that drink a lot of water, but it really does help. It helps all the lactic acid build up. It helps all those stiff bones and muscles. It helps the dehydration. It helps flush out the toxins. It helps all of those things. So we're going to say that first thing. Drink a gallon of water for 30 days, every day. Second thing, don't eat after 8. Now, I know it's a lot of people in here saying that's just not going to work, because by the time I run to ball practice and tea practice and all of these things I got to do, I get home, it's 8:45, 9 o'clock. What I'm going to do, not eat? I tell you this. You plan, you prepare to plan, or you plan to fail. So either you're going to prepare that meal ahead of time and have it ready, or you're going to plan to be hungry that night if you really want to stick to it. Eating after 8 o'clock, most of us, we've sat down, we've laid down, we've gotten tired, and then next thing you know, we laying down on a full stomach. So then the third one would be get 7 hours of sleep. That's tough. I know. I saw somebody say, It's tough. But sleep is very important. You can't put out the energy that you need to get in shape if you're still tired from the night before because you're dehydrated because you didn't drink that water or you went to bed on all that food. Okay? Next, walk at least 8 to 10,000 steps a day. Now, some of us are desk workers, so you got to really gonna have to get at it to get your 8 to 10. Some of you, teachers, doctors, post lady, business people that corporate offices walk up and down stairs, but some of us literally sit at our desk. Now, you know how the people say TikTok made me do it? I ordered this stepper the other day, and I'm talking about you just stand on it, and you just stepping right at your desk, $39. So we can make excuses, but they got everything out there for us that we need now to get it done. 8 to 10,000 steps. How am I keep up with that? That watch, that phone, those things literally have trackers on it. You don't even have to do it anymore. You don't have to walk around with a little clicker in your pocket. Okay? The fifth one, be active for 20 minutes a day. Active. Pastor Simmons said them jumping jacks, them air squats, those lunges. And then I know some of you are saying, I just can't. My knees, my back, there's modifications for everything. Social media, you don't even have to work hard. You can literally get on YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, and just literally type in the search bar, modification for an exercise regimen for 15 minutes, chair-based, home-based, gym-based. Those are things that you guys have to do. You have to do it. It's not going to be easy. If it was, everybody in here would look good. Everybody in here would be in shape. So where do we go from there? We take those 5 things for 30 days, and I want you to keep up with it and let me know how you do. That's what I would tell them. After 30 days, if they make contact with me again, they might be ready. They might call and say, can I try something else? Of course you can. There's always a modification for something. But if they don't call me again, they're not sick and tired and sick and tired and sick and tired yet. So it's nothing I can do for them. I'm not in the business of just taking your money. Personal training for me is probably my fourth job. I'm a teacher, I'm a coach, I'm an umpire, I'm a referee, I'm a mom, I'm a wife. I just like personal training because I truly enjoy doing it. And I build a lot of relationships. So that's why I do it. So you have to be ready to do that. After you take those 5 and you come back to me in 30 days, I might say, okay, now we're ready. We'll start working out slowly. But now we got to talk about your nutrition. And even me, although I'm a health and physical education major, I failed to this because I have this phobia in my head about this number, this size I want to be. I've been married to my husband for 26 years, so I know what I look like when I got him, and I'm very interested in making sure I stay right here to maintain and keep up. So the number in my head and the vision of what I look like, it really stays in here for me. It's not necessarily for Greg, because Greg like, girl, you fine, but I'm not happy. So until I'm happy with what I look like, I can't really allow Greg to love me like I really want him to, because I'm still trying to cover up or get undressed somewhere else. So for me, when I work out, it is all for me. It is all for me. So when you start this journey, it has to be something that you want to do, not your girlfriend came and got you because you're going to be tired of her after a while, or your homeboy because he want to go and you tired and you can't. So there again, it has to be for you. But we're going to talk about your nutrition. I would go all day doing all those things I named and not eat. Or I might nibble. And I thought that that's what it was. And even though I knew better, I still thought that it was right because I wanted to maintain this size and what I look like. Then I got 45 and menopause, and then I gained 15 pounds, and I was like, oh my God. And I know y'all probably looking at me like, girl, you ain't gained no 15 pounds, but I did. I did, I promise. But I actually had to go see someone to ask me because it was really bothering my mental. And she told me that you're not eating enough. You need to eat 2,000 calories. I was like, what? Well, I started eating 2,000 calories and combining that with those 5 things and combining that with that workout that he said. I took it to a whole nother level, and I'm just in awe. So I eat about 7 times a day, like every 2 hours. That's where that plan come in. So on Sunday, I done cooked enough trays for me to eat, and if Greg want to eat one, he can eat one. If not, he might not eat one, but it's in the refrigerator, and I got so many bags when I leave home, so many bags. I got snack bag, lunch bag, a snack bag, a lunch bag, a snack bag, just in case I don't get back for dinner, which I got in the refrigerator, I still got it with me. Because I'm gone all day, but I want to be successful, and I want to eat everything because I'm exercising. So you have to eat. And I know we thinking, if I eat that much, I'm going to gain weight. But then you're going to start working out. That 20 minutes going to turn into 40. Then that 40 going to turn into an hour because you've now fell in love with the way you look, how you feel, the energy, all of those. Before I go any further, is there any questions or anybody want to say something? Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Drop-ins.
Now I can tell you something about that with water. It does not matter. However, when you're eating, I don't think, and I could be wrong, and this could be out on Google somewhere else, cold water is what you should drink when you're eating. Because when you drink cold water with what you're eating, it takes and coagulates with all the fats and the things that you're eating, and it's harder to digest. So room temperature water when you're eating. Now, I'm going to drink room temperature every day. I don't have to have a drop of ice. When I go to a restaurant, I just want some water. Don't care if they get it from the faucet. I just want some water. I don't have to have ice. I don't have to have lemon, but you can. You can put lemon, strawberries, cucumber, whatever you want in it.
Okay, one other question.
Mm-hmm.
I started doing silver sneakers, and I'm hungry all the time.
Because you're moving more.
Okay.
So what happens is if we go all day without eating, our sugar level bottoms out. Then when we see something, we want that and everything else because we're trying to fulfill that level and get it to where it's supposed to be. So now that you're moving, those levels are staying balanced. So you are needing to feed the body. And that's exactly how it works.
Thank you.
Yes.
Lakeisha,
Yes, sir.
is that 7 meals a day, just your preference, or is that the best?
6
plan?
is the number. 6 is the number. I say 7 because I start my day at 4:30. So as soon as I get up in the morning, I have a half a banana, and I'm at the gym by 4:45. So at an hour and a half after I've worked out, preferably 45 minutes to an hour, I try to have protein. So I try to have a protein shake, or I try to have some bacon or some, I know you're thinking, well, why are you eating, you can eat anything. It don't have to be cut it out necessarily, but I'm gonna have some bacon, or I might have some sausage, I might have a piece of chicken, I might have a steak, I might have a protein shake, and then 2 hours later, I'm gonna have a snack. I love yogurt. I fell in love with Greek yogurt since I started working out. It doesn't taste good, but then I add fruit to it. And then 2 hours later, I'm gonna have my lunch. And then 2 hours later, I'm gonna have another snack, maybe a protein bar, maybe some popcorn, maybe some chips and salsa. And then 2 hours later, I'm gonna have a piece of fruit, apple, oranges, banana, pineapple. And then about 2 hours later, I'm gonna have dinner. And I'm looking for that. If I don't have it, like today, I was all off schedule. I had tried to get all my doctor's appointments in. But I sat in the parking lot and I was like, I gotta eat. I had chicken, spinach, and rice. It's probably been sitting in my car all day, but I ate it because I prepared it and I planned it, but I was off that schedule because I was just in and out. I just got my braces off today. A lot of things, so I was tearing food up today. But and then I still have an apple out there. I got some crackers and cheese. I still got to eat all that tonight before I go to bed. I'm going to eat all of that. So.
Okay.
Yes.
I wondered, you were saying for number 2, don't eat after 8. That's a full meal, but can you eat like nuts or just something?
Nuts, fruit, tea, with some honey, something. Because sometimes we get that that craving right before we go to bed. So peanut butter on an apple, peanut butter on banana, but your full meal. And I try and have my biggest meal midday because I'm still going. So that meal prep that I fix on Sunday, I have it about 1 o'clock every day. And then that night, I have something else light. It still might be chicken and salad, but it won't be like my carbs or my starches. That's just how I kind of balance it. Yes, sir.
All right, I had a few questions.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if I got the timing right, but don't eat until 11, don't eat 8. What kind of fasting we call that?
No, that's an intermittent fasting.
You did that 2 years, and it worked for me, but then I
stopped.
I passed out. Dehydration was an issue, and got COVID at the same time. Was in the emergency room, and some doctors said maybe that's not the right move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Intermittent fasting was a big thing that came across. They got so many apps for it. However, when it's time after that fasting, you got to get it. You're supposed to get in everything that you missed for those hours. So you still supposed to have a breakfast, a lunch, a dinner, and 2 snacks. Although your fasting ended at 12 or 1, mine was like, I did it before too. Like 1 to 8 was my time to eat. So I ate everything I was supposed to eat, not just that one meal in between there. You still get all the meals in. So that's how you're able to last from 8 all the way to 12 the next day. Without eating, because you still ate everything, those 2,000 calories within 8 hours.
Now, my other question was dealing with healthy snacks. Like I love popcorn. So is that okay for snacks?
It is. It's where we go bad when we get the movie extra butter.
Right.
Or when we
That's
Double
smart.
Good come out every week and we got to have easy peasy cheesy caramel because that's my favorite too. Right. So I know exactly. I do. I struggle, but I try to be. The key word is discipline. I try to be disciplined. Yes, sir.
Thank you. I've got 2 questions. The first question is, the 7 meals a day and your biggest meal, do you eat in portions?
I do. I weigh everything. Thank you for that. And listen, that bothered me for a minute, and it took a minute to get adjusting to. I weigh everything. So I use a tracker called MyFitnessPal, if you've ever heard of it. You can pay like a $10, $9.99 a month for it, or you can pay $19.99, and it literally tracks your macros. Macros are your nutritions that you need, like your fats, your proteins, and your carbs. And they track those for you based off your calorie deficit that you need, which goes off of how much you put in and how much you put out. So I wouldn't tell Miss Frazier to eat 2,000 calories if she wasn't doing anything but sitting down. So I use 2,000 calories based off, I do CrossFit every morning, and then I run, and then I'm a PE teacher, and then I coach, and then I might have a game to referee that night. So at the end of the day, my steps about 28,000 a a day.
Okay.
So
So eating in portions, are we talking 4 ounces or?
4 to 6 ounces of protein, maybe about between 60 and 90 grams of carbs, and then about 45 to 60 grams of fat.
Okay. And my last question is, I do drink plenty of water, but I drink it all through the night, like at my bedside. But what that does, I don't sleep.
Because you got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So you drink yours at the wrong time.
But
You
I
need-
love water,
I
so
get-
I drink it
all
all
night,
day.
yeah.
I'm not a sugar drinker. You'll
Gotcha.
never catch me drinking sodas
Yeah, me
and
either.
all of the sweet drinks. I just do water. Sometimes I'll do lemon in it.
I haven't had a soda. Let's see, my daughter's 22.
Yeah.
In 20 years.
But I tried the portions, and it does work, the little
Yes.
4 ounce portions.
ma'am.
But what I found that if I did 4 ounces of everything that I like to eat, my plate is still full with 4 ounces. So that's a lot of food. It may not.
So when you say all the things you like to eat,
Yeah, like you got your carbs, your protein, your vegetables, then your salad. I'm not a big dessert eater, but it still was a lot of food, and I was still
hungry or too full?
gaining weight.
And what does your activity look like?
I'm active. I move all the time.
Okay, so, and everybody, we move all the time. When I say, are you lifting? There you go. There you go. So, because most women that come to me, first thing, and I always address women because I didn't get a lot of men, but I mean, they say, I can't lift weights. My upper body is weak. But this is your body. This is your body. You have to lift it. You have to. So, when I do have clients that come in, they pick up 5 pounds. No, ma'am. You stronger than that. Pick up 10. No, ma'am. You stronger than that. You will never know until you push yourself. But I do see sometimes women come in and the only thing they're doing is grabbing a 5 pound or a 10 pound. Do we start there? Yes, we start there. But we have to know that we are stronger than that. Because if your child fell down, you would pick her up. Or if your husband, you would get him up, whatever strength that looked like. But we fall to the fact that I can't do a push-up. I can't do a pull-up. It took me 2 years. I just did it. If you do follow me on social media, I just did it for the first time in 2 years. I've been trying, but consistently every day. So get you some small weights, small kettlebells, 5 or 10 pounds, 15 pounds. If you do 10 of them and then pick up the 15, do it 1 or 2 times. If you do the 5 pound, then pick up the 10 pound, do it 1 or 2 times. Eventually, you won't need the 5 pound, you'll have the 10 pound. Eventually, you won't need the 10, you'll have a 12. But if you don't ever start lifting weights, it helps your muscle density. We might lose weight, but then we just losing weight and we're just there. Now you got to turn that into muscle, some type of way, in your garage. If you want to go to a gym, Walmart, Target, they got everything we need. Everything we need. $5 for a weight. TJ Maxx. We just got to start. But I know I only have a lot of time, so real quick, it says, I talked about tracking the food. And then you have to make it a routine. You have to make it once you keep doing it and keep doing it, you will realize that you cannot do it without it. If I don't work out, I am miserable. It is my happy place. When I'm there, I'm praying, I'm visualizing, everything. Great. But my husband be like, Keisha, it's 7 days. But I have to go. I need that time apart as well. I need that time for myself. And that could be something else for you all. Each of us have something that drives us. And I've always been an athlete and a coach, so it drives me. And I can't be the best coach if I can't demonstrate. That's what I think anyway. I can't make a layup. I can't get in the starting blocks. I can't do the hurdles. I can't teach them much. So I challenge them, and they challenge me every day. Once you educate yourself about what it is that you need to eat, how much sleep, what water does, what weights do, you'll feel better. Me just telling you might not be enough. Start to read it a little bit. Social media, again, has everything you need. A workout, I'm talking about everything. It's right here. I use it myself. My journey, is going to be totally different from everybody's journey out here. My move, my weight, my food, my amount, my portion, my sleep will be totally different from everybody else in here. So although you might get an accountability partner, your journey will be your journey. Nobody's journey will be the same. That's just like our walk with Christ. It's not the same, and that's how it's meant to be. Let's see. I had one or two more things I wanted to read. And then we start these journeys, and then we fall down, but we don't stay down. Get back up, try it again, keep going, keep pushing. I said it won't be easy, but if you start, I promise it'll be rewarding. It's possible to feel better in our 40s and 50s than we did in our 30s and 20s. That's what the new saying. The new 50 is the new 30, or the new 40 is the new 20. So that's because we now have more information. We have more things that keep us going. We have more reasoning to keep going. So that's why you should feel better, okay? So try that on. And even if you treated your body bad for years, you can always turn the ship around. And you said that at church Sunday. Even though we've done so many bad things, every day we get an opportunity to get it right. It's never too late. You can never be too old. You can never be too sore. You can never be too big. You can never be too small. There's some people that want to gain weight. A lot of protein, a lot of carbs, weights. Cut back on the cardio, because although you're putting on the muscle, now you're burning it off if you're doing a lot of running. Like, that was something I also had to internalize because I'm a runner. So I felt like I needed to run all the time. And then I would say, dog, I'm not really putting on the weight. Well, neither was I eating enough, and I was running too much. So your journey might be different from someone else's. They might be trying to lose, somebody might be trying to gain. And in order to hold the muscle, you have to eat enough protein. Protein, chicken, steak, fish, ground beef, ground turkey. Try not to fry it. Air fryer now does the same thing, can get the same. It's amazing how quickly the body can heal when you give it the right input. So that's from soreness, that's from illness. If you turn it around, switch it around, and give it everything that it needs, it can make a turnaround. So I know there's 2 young ladies here in the city of Albany also that does, I work in the daytime, so when I was doing personal training, it was 5 a.m. They do it all day long. A young lady named Kiera Hayes at the Bull Lab, and a young lady named Alexis Graham, and hers is called Bodied by Lex. They have beautiful facilities. These are young black girls that just go get it, love it, love it, love it. And they have beautiful facilities, everything you need. If you're interested, they're very knowledgeable, and they're very eager and hungry and ready to just get people moving. Hope we might get some moving here at the church, and I'll be looking for y'all to show up when we get moving. But I have just been delighted to stand up here and share with you guys. Is there any more questions or anything I missed that you want to know?
I've got a couple of questions from
All right.
online, and then some from me. One of them, what role does hormones play in weight gain?
So at first I didn't know much about it because I hadn't ventured into that, but I just did. And it does play a lot because our estrogen and our progesterone have us all over the place, and our hormones become unbalanced. So emotionally, there again, we become drained and we become sore when we become deficient in vitamin D and deficient in our testosterone levels that we have. And some people go through that through menopause. Some people don't go through that at all. I ventured into menopause maybe about a year ago, and I literally thought I hit a brick wall. I had no idea what I was going through. I quit my personal training gym. I quit coaching. I didn't want to go to the gym. I didn't know what was wrong, but I was extremely tired, extremely sore. Went to the doctor, and the lady said, baby, you 0 on everything. It's time. So now it's been a year, and I found myself again, but it plays a big role in energy and diet, all of that.
comment. What you talked about is your why for doing it.
Okay.
And I think it's important that we all get our why
That's it.
right. And it has to be more about us than anybody else. And so, for example, for me, first of all, I want to live. You know, and I'm not talking about exist, but I want to live. I want to be able to have enough stamina to stand there and preach, to do what I need to do. I want to be able to, and this really hit, you know, to go places with my grandchildren, because we went on a trip to Disney World, and literally about halfway through, I had to leave the park, go to the car, and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Because I was wore out, and I was determined that wasn't going to happen again, because it was just, I was out of shape. I want to enjoy them.
That's right.
I want to enjoy family, and so that's why I do it. And the doctor told me that my medicine could be my food if I eat right, and if I work out. And then he was specific: if you lift weights.
Lift weights. Yeah.
At your age, and as we get older, see, if vintage people are not lifting weight, he said you're cutting time off your life.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking
15
about
years.
Yeah, I'm not talking about trying to do 300 pounds.
Right, there you go. That's the difference. You don't have to necessarily go in there and throw the whole gym on it, but you do have to start. And I speak on my husband with that. I work out every day, and I'm like, Gregory, come on, go to CrossFit. I'm not going up there. I'm not doing what you're doing. I'm not doing it. But I came home, and I don't even think my living room anymore. He got everything. So his journey is his journey. My journey is mine. And I feel like if I stop, I will rust. I really feel like I have to keep going to keep up, to live. I don't have grandkids yet, and I'm not looking for them yet. So I know I got about 10 more years to keep it.
I don't know what Greg got to say about that. Little Greg. But let me ask you this now. You know, I'm just saying, with all this knowledge you dropped on us tonight, Mount Zion ought to want to have a 30-day challenge.
They ought to have a 30-day challenge.
Yeah, we ought to want to have a 30-day challenge.
I agree.
Those
that
five
would be
things.
Nice. That would be nice. That would be fun. You would be amazed what 30 days could do if you do it the right way.
Yeah.
There are a lot of quick fixes, I said, but and then you might just like, I didn't lose weight, but you notice inches in your face, in your clothing, but the scale might say the same thing. Because like I said, I had gained the 15 pounds. Well, after I got myself together, my mind and everything, I did lose the weight, but I kept a few of them. But I feel like I look the same. I still wear the same clothes, but I gained a few more pounds. And then my husband said, it's muscle weight. And I said, okay, I can take that. I can take that.
Any more questions?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know, I have some pretty extensive family history with heart disease and, you know, high blood pressure, and a lot of family members have died from heart attacks. But I found, for me, my journey has been the only thing that I see my doctor, I see my cardiologist. The only thing that gets my blood pressure in check is getting my heart rate up.
Yeah, 20
That's the
minutes
only
of heart
thing.
rate. And that's the thing about the 20 minutes. Some people will say, okay, I worked out for 20 minutes. 20 minutes, but at the end of it, you're here. Not 20 minutes, and you still could do 20 more. Really, you just don't have time. 20 minutes where your heart rate, you feel it up. That's when you are burning. But to speak on what he says, I read something that says, obesity runs in my family. It's genetics. No, habits run in your family. Families eat the same, they think the same, and they move the same. Start leading a healthy lifestyle, and the fat will melt. So you might say, and I'm not using you as an example, that just crossed my mind that I saw that my mom is big.
No, you're exactly right, yes.
Yeah. My mom is big, my dad is big, I'm just gonna be big. My mom and dad were both smokers, and then they did drink, and I refused to be smokers. Now, I'm a social lifer person, but I mean, I refused to look the way they did before they passed, and that was just the lifestyle. Work, came home. although we were athletic and they supported me and everything, my mom played, but she would only talk about it as she got older. Now my daughter's 22 and I still jog with her, I still work out with her. Her son's 28, we still play golf together every weekend. So, I mean, I just let them see us, and then they'll continue to hopefully, so your kids see what you are doing. They do what you do. They still do that even at an adult age. So, yes, sir.
I just want to, I think you said before you go to bed, carbs and starches, you don't need to.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't. So when I say that, I wouldn't eat 3 Jiffy corn muffins with my greens before I go to bed. I mean, can I have a piece of bread? Yes. Can I have some rice, some mashed potatoes, some sweet potatoes? Yes. Okay. Reasonably portioned. It's always about how much we put on our plate. And we have to eat to be full. Sometimes it's like, I need a little bit more. When I'm full, I'm done. Did I waste some? I might have, but when I'm full, that's it. Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'd like to validate most or possibly all of what you said. I'm 66 years old, and in my 40s, doctor said, your spine is wore out. And hey, he said it, but I kept going. Had some discomforts, but whatever. And here I am at 66 years old, and I'm struggling to walk. Why? Because of a sedentary life. Said that my spine is curved to a point that is pressing on nerves that allow me to have feeling as well as have strength. And I'm on the process now of trying to work, well, he told me walk myself out of my problem. However, I just want to say to people who are younger that all of this does matter. When it comes to eating, I am just the opposite of everything you recommended. As a matter of fact, eating is one of the greatest pleasures in life. And when we travel, what drives where we go is where we've heard an excellent restaurant might be.
No doubt, no doubt, yes, sir.
So I am light years away from what you've recommended. Mm-hmm. However, when I first walked in, you know, what you were talking about, it was kind of abrasive and almost offensive.
I'm sorry.
But you, after about a third of the way through your sincerity, I realized that, hey, she's trying to help me. And I'm going to receive this, and I'm going to use this as motivation to do what Dr. Simmons says, to live.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot in that word.
And just one day, take one day first. Take one day first. One day I'm not going to have chocolate. I mean, you know, or if I have it every day of the week, I'm going to go to 3. You know, ice cream, it was ice cream for me. It was ice cream for me. I can't tell you the last time, well, I take that back. I did have some maybe about a week ago, but I didn't miss it. But I could have it every day because at some point in my life I was eating and then really wasn't gaining any weight, so I thought I was fine. I was like, okay, that's good. But then all of a sudden life happened and now I'm like, I can't eat ice cream all the time if I want to look the way I want to look. Yes, sir.
Your 2 things. How do you stop the cravings for sugar? And second, what is your opinion on plant-based diets?
Okay, so cravings for sugar. It's kind of like, how did you stop your baby from wetting the bed? How did you stop him from drinking out of the bottle? You weaned he or she off. You can't take it all at one time. It's just not going to happen. It's an epic failure. It is, but to self, all right, if I have whatever it is that you crave every day, if I have a honey bun every day, I'm going to have a half of one every day. Now I'm still getting it, but I've taken away some. And after it's a half, then I'm going to go to a half 4 days. That might take 2 months. Then it might be, okay, I'm going to go to a half only in the morning and every other night. I mean, whatever that, I can't give what someone loves to tell them to take away. I can't tell you that. But I can tell you that if you start and then put a plan together of what days and how much of what it is that you're craving, after 21 days, they say it's a habit. So, but you got to just start and then know what it is that I'm going to take away. what it is that I, don't want or I don't need. Because I see some people drink a soda every day. And I tell the kids as a PE teacher that if you drink a soda every day, well, first of all, drinking a Mountain Dew is like eating 9 tablespoons of sugar. So can you imagine dipping in the sugar, dipping 9 times? That's a soda. So if you drink 1 a day for 20 years, you're guaranteed, 1 a day for a year, you're guaranteed to be 20 pounds over by the end of the year. Just soda. That ain't got nothing to do with that Big Mac, that Whopper, the fries, chicken, bread, the chip. Just the soda. Yes.
Well, I started exercising maybe over a year ago, consistently.
Yes, ma'am.
And I found it was difficult for me trying to do it by myself.
Yes, ma'am.
I talked to everybody.
And they ain't want
trying to get somebody to be a
accountability
partner.
Mm-hmm.
Family, friends.
It's I don't know what it is. It's one of those things where people like, girl, I'm not doing that.
But right now, I'm in a slump, and I can't figure out how to get myself out of it.
You can join me for CrossFit. It's really not hard. It's hard. Now, I'm going to take that back.
CrossFit is hard. I've done it before.
But you go on your own pace. But I'll be there every morning, and I can call you and see.
And the other thing is, I find myself getting so busy during the day sometimes. I come to the end of the day, and I haven't eaten properly.
And then you're exhausted, and you're tired, and then you just eat what you can get your hands on. That's a normal day. That's honest. That's just a normal lifestyle of a lot of people. They say, we just don't have time. Girl, I don't have time. I can't get up. But you're going to get up anyway.
But I'll tell anybody, I went through a really difficult time after my husband passed.
Mm-hmm.
And just getting into exercise and starting to watch what I was eating, it made me feel so much better.
So much better. It's a mental boost and an emotional boost. When I lost my parents, both my parents, and it was right at menopause, and it was 6 months apart, I thought I was going down a wormhole too, but fitness really, even though I worked out, I went to a whole nother level of working out, and it really helped me too. Yeah. Yes.
I think that we should not allow people to tell us as we age what we shouldn't do. Why would I pay someone to walk my yard and spread fertilizer when I need to walk anyway and I can do it myself? And back about 10 years ago, I purchased a riding lawnmower, and I mowed my own yard. But when I had knee replacements, I knew it was dangerous, and I no longer did it. So we have to be careful as we age, listening to other people. Someone even told me I didn't have any business kneeling down at the altar. But whether you know it or not, I have metal balls in my knee because I bit the bullet when they told me the doctor told me my knees were deteriorating. I didn't want to be in a wheelchair. Pastor Simmons came looking for me on the 3rd day after my surgery, and I was home. So we have to do what we have to do and make up our own mind and trust God that He's going to take care of us through it.
Because He gives you only one temple, huh?
Yeah.
Just one. So, yes.
Yeah. Look, got a couple things for you. Oh, leave your mic on. But let me just say this first. It just blows my mind away that somebody would say to a person, you don't have any business kneeling at the altar. I just don't understand that. Out of all the things you can say to me, you're telling somebody you don't need to kneel. Huh? And apparently that's somebody who's in church. So a person who's in church don't believe in kneeling. I don't, some things just baffle me.
Sense.
You know, anyhow, so a couple things I want to say. First, I got a question. Heard you say that, you know, to be a coach, you got to demonstrate. And so when you talk about what you demonstrate, and you said you demonstrate hurdles. So you're 35 and still jumping hurdles?
Thank you. No. Well, you know, I mean, do I jump them as well as they do? No, but I can jump them enough to demonstrate, to show them the technique. Yeah. That's all I got to do. And coaching track this year, was only one me, one. So I had to teach long jump, I had to jump, I had to teach triple jump, I had to teach high jump, I had to teach hurdles, I had to teach discus, I had to teach shot put, starts, just me. So was I sore when I got home? But when I left, they didn't know. They had no idea.
All right. So a couple things. One is I'm serious about that 30-day challenge. And so if we want to do that, we have to create a way for people to sign up and then some kind of tracking method. How would we work that out to do the 30-day challenge, looking at those 5 things? And the toughest thing on there you said for me is that water. I drink water, but a gallon, that would be the toughest part.
So I needed somebody to say that because it's all in our mind. Once you conquer your mind, your body will follow.
Yeah.
If you tell your mind that you have to drink a gallon of water a day, you will do everything in your power to do it. But if you tell your mind that you can't, you've already defeated yourself. And that's with anything. So is it hard to drink a gallon of water? It is. But is it possible? It is.
Yeah. Well, I am guilty because I tell you what, so Diane bought 2 jugs, you know, with the gallon and say.
With the time.
With the time on it.
Yeah, these.
Oh, yeah. And so she drinks hers.
See that?
And so I can't say it can't be done, but she bought me one. It's still in the cabinet, you know. With the tag on it, you're exactly right.
Get your
You're exactly
out.
right.
Yes.
But on a serious note, you know, we want to try this. And so, you know, so help me come up with a way and we can put it out there for people to sign up, get you a partner. Second thing I want to say is in terms of the movement and getting that 20 minutes in, I want to suggest, and there were some people doing it already, but the church parking lot is a nice place for us to start walking. Just depending upon the time of day that you can come, you and whoever else come, and we set a time, and people can just walk. It's safe, and I walk it, and different staff members walk it, and then you can go to the pickleball court and play some pickleball. We'll do classes, but you know, we got what we need. And then there's a young lady who's on here. Tonight, I dropped the ball on something that she asked me about, and COVID hit, and I just didn't do it. But what she was offering was some virtual classes, instructions, if you will, on fitness. So for those people who didn't get out, you could go to our webpage, for example, or YouTube. We'll have a YouTube page, and you can pull it up, and you have exercises there. And so we got the options, and if y'all are serious about it, let me look in the camera. If y'all serious now, we can make this happen, then we can get in shape, because I go back to where I started. The greatest source of wealth is your health. And if you don't do it, don't take care of that, nothing else matters. Now my final question. How long, because this is one of the questions that I get sometimes. If I started, how long will it take me to get to a point I either enjoy it or it's not so strenuous? Like, getting up, walking that first 20 minutes, oh, I hate it. But at some point, it's like you break through a wall. And like you say, if you don't do it, you miss it.
Now, like I said, 21 days. If you can do it, regimen, it really does work. 30 days, you're in there. You're in there. You figured out schedule. You figured out the time. You figured out the soreness. You figured out your food. 30 days, you should be good to where that I feel bad if I don't do it. When you get to 30, when it's kind of like my Bible app on my phone. Every morning I read my Bible verse. Lord, I got to about 219 days. I missed a day. Oh, I thought I was like, oh my goodness. And it was just reading, clicking on the app every morning. But I felt bad. It was as soon as the first thing I did when I opened up, boom, I hit it every morning once I started doing it. So you just have to start doing it. About a month, by 2 months, you should be solely enjoying this.
All right. Isn't your life worth 2 months? Just try it. All right. Nothing else. We're going to get ready to close. But again, You got your opportunities. You can walk here. We can create exercises up on that pavilion. The weather's getting warmer. I'll lead an aerobics class out there. 1, 2, pick them up.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
4,
Yeah. Okay, you might can.
Now, let me close with something serious to show you the difference that exercise can make. I have a friend who loves to hunt. And any of you who are hunters, you know that during the off season, there are things that you do. And so he went out on his land, setting up cameras and doing some things, and he fell. He fell on the ground. And for 2 hours, he lay on the ground because he couldn't get up. He couldn't push his own weight up. Couldn't push his own weight up. Simply started working out. No medicine. Simply started working out. Now he fall, he jumped back up. Do you want to fall? Help, I'm falling, I can't get up. Or anything. Just working out can make all the difference in the world. All righty. Thank you so much. We look forward. If you are virtual and you came on late and you didn't share this. There's so many people who need to hear what we had going on here tonight. And members of Mount Zion, let's get serious. Let's get in shape. Let's pray. Father, thank you tonight for our presenter. Thank you for the information that has been shared. And God, we love you. We appreciate these temples that you've given to us, and help us to be good stewards of these temples. In Jesus' name, amen.